Hello everyone, my name is Droogie4Ever, and today we are going over my 20 best or favorite games of 2018. So, let's get right into it. I've got a little spiel I'm going to do for you, and I've got some background music I'm going to play too. I came up with the song myself. I made it in Fruity Loops. It's called I'm a Rock Star. You're barely going to be able to hear it though. I'm going to keep the volume really low. But it's in the background just for something, extra to listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. There we go. All right. So let's get started with this video. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man are missing because I did not actually play those and cannot rank them as a result. As always with these types of lists, this is an opinion piece. There are no Droogie4Ever awards. There are no trophies. There's no reason for anyone's feelings to get hurt just because I don't like Call of Duty and you do. And there may be some early access games on this list. Just because they're in early access, I didn't feel the need to exclude them if they were good enough. So before we get started, I'd like to hand out just a few honorable mentions to games that maybe didn't quite make the list, but were really close and were still some of my favorite games of the year. So, honorable mentions go out to The Shape-Shifting Detective, Earthfall, Remothered Tormented Fathers, A Way Out, and The Inner Friend. So without further ado, number 20, Paperbark. This game is really cool. It's really cute. You play a little wombat who lives under a paperbark tree. You go through the game and collect collectibles and paint the landscape. So basically anything that's white, you can paint that in to get a clearer picture of your surroundings. You go around collecting cicadas, bugs, birds, things like that. There are multiple endings. We've done a speed run of it that's up on the channel. The achievements guide that I did for it basically focuses on my first 3 playthroughs plus the speed run. If you follow that, you get all the achievements, and they've changed the achievement. The last one, the speed run, you only need to do it in under 18 minutes. Really cool game, really cute. Let's move on to number 19, Matter. This is a game that literally just came out, and I just played it the day it came out. I did a regular playthrough and then immediately did a speed run because I liked it so much. It's really experimental. It is, it's a platformer, but it's also a puzzle game. And the way that they've managed to do the gravity in this game is amazing. Sometimes you jump and the gravity will pick you through the air further, but 2 seconds later you'll jump and it'll only take you a little bit, and it fits the situation so well. They did such a good job with it. I can't say enough good things about Matter, and I knew it had to be on my games of the year list because it was just so cool and so good. And don't listen to me, go play it. Seriously, go play it. Matter is amazing. Amazing. Okay? Do it. Play it. You'll love it. I promise. Number 18, Agony Unrated. And the reason I had to put this on here is because Agony Unrated is a completely separate game from Agony. Yeah, it touches all the same story beats and everything, but this is basically the game we should have got from the beginning. Everything is uncensored and unrated. There are some extremely crazy things in this game. I saw in one section of this game a lady having something come out of her vagina and she was feeding it to a baby. And that is the craziest thing I've ever seen in a video game. They've added traps that definitely were not there in the first game. This is a completely different game. I'm not even joking. Agony Unrated is a completely different game. If you maybe didn't like Agony, I still recommend that you check out Agony Unrated because it's so good. And they just announced, I think it's DLC or a separate standalone for the Succubus, which is really cool. So yeah, play Agony Unrated. Really good. Number 17. The Light Keeps Us Safe. This is a video series that did not do well on the channel. I only did one video, and I don't think anybody watched it. Literally 0 views. So I didn't put up any of the rest of the gameplay videos. I did, but It's so good. It's made by the same people that made Sir, You Are Being Hunted, which is an amazing horror game. And this one is even better. So basically, you walk around looking for stuff, but you wake up at the beginning of the game in a bunker, and they're just like, oh, the light's going to keep you safe. Take that gun. So you get out there with this light gun, and there are these enemies in red. Anything in red is bad. And you hit them with the light, and they kind of like shut down for a little bit. It's really, really cool. If you missed The Light Keeps Us Safe, I highly recommend you try it. And they've added updates to it to where there are different kinds of light, different kinds of, they've added different kinds of things to it to make the experience more varied, cooler, better overall. It's so good. I really wish the series had done well like some of my others so I could have played it more. It's so good. Number 16! Iron Maiden. Oh, no, wait. It's Ion Maiden, not Iron Maiden. This is an awesome throwback game that's basically made in the same engine that made Duke Nukem 3D, the build engine. But it's been updated with modern conveniences, but it still looks like a build engine game, and it is awesome. Iron Maiden is so freaking good, guys. So good. I'm telling you, go play this game. It is so good. If you liked Duke Nukem at all, you will love Ion Maiden. There's none of the like witty dialogue that Duke Nukem had, but everything else about Duke Nukem is here that you liked. I promise. If you liked it, or if you liked Blood or some of those other old build engine games, go play Ion Maiden. Okay? Do it. Number 15! Oakwood! Oakwood is an amazing game. It's absolutely amazing. It is the Jurassic Park game we always should have had, and I'm not even joking. It is terrifying. There are parts that are absolutely terrifying. It's got T-Rexes, it's got Velociraptors, it's pretty short, but for the price, you literally can't beat it. It's a game that I played through, immediately wanted to do a guide to find all the secrets and collectibles, did that. It is the most successful video on my channel. It has like almost 7,000 views now, over 100 likes. I did a speed run. We got that added to speedrun.com. I currently hold the world record, but I'm sure other people will be running it because this game is absolutely amazing. I'm not even joking. If you love horror games or love dinosaurs and you always wanted a Jurassic Park game where the dinosaurs are actually scary, not some park management sim, you know what I'm talking about, then play Oakwood. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Play it. Number 14. Lust for Darkness. This is a game that I actually helped kickstart, and I kickstarted it because I absolutely loved the concept. This lady, your girlfriend or wife, I can't remember which, has been kidnapped by a sex cult, and they worship some kind of like sex god that's almost Cthulhu-esque with, you know, the octopus stuff. So it's really cool. You wake up as her in the beginning of the game, you play as her for a short time, and then you play as the husband who is attempting to find out what happened to her. So you go to the sex cult mansion, you have to sneak your way in, you find all kinds of crazy sex devices along the way that are just absolutely insane stuff that, like, yeah, they're definitely a little kinky here in this mansion. You know, there's people having sex all over the place, but more importantly, there's scares. The game actually has scares. It's scary. It did atmosphere amazingly well for a game that's so adult. I loved it. I saw a lot of people didn't like the performance of the game, like how it ran basically, but I absolutely loved this game. I was not disappointed at all. I actually haven't been disappointed by Kickstarter yet, so all of mine have been success stories. Go buy Lust for Darkness, okay? Now, number 13. Unravel 2! Unravel 2 is more Unravel. Unravel was one of my favorite games. I played it all the way through on the PlayStation 4, immediately started it back up again, got every single trophy. Not even every single trophy. I platinumed Unravel. And I'm a horror game guy. and I platinumed Unravel. Okay, that's how good this game is. This one has double the fun because you can play with a friend now. So the puzzles are even more complicated because if you're playing by yourself, you have to solve both parts of the puzzle yourself. If you're playing with a friend, you both still have to figure out what's going on. So it's really cool. I absolutely loved it. If you liked Unravel even a little bit, or maybe you've never played it and you want to play with a friend, pick this one up. I mean, it is really, really good. I don't think you'll be disappointed. There are some clever things in there. All right, number 12. Far Lone Sails. This is one that I did a regular playthrough and then immediately jumped into the speed run because I just loved it so much. I love the post-apocalyptic atmosphere. It's like a platformer puzzle game, but you also have to keeping this thing running, this vehicle that you're in right now, it's almost a puzzle in and of itself. And I thought that was such a cool thing to do in a video game. It's really neat. So you have to push all these switches and stuff to get it to work. And later you get like sails and you have to push that and you can like suck up stuff. But basically the stuff you pick up can all be used as fuel. Anything you pick up, boxes, mailboxes, like bells, whatever, you can save them as collectibles or you can throw them in and use them as fuel. There's like a speed up button where you can use the steam to go faster. And I won't tell you what the end of the game is, but it's absolutely amazing. I loved it. Far Lone Sails, pick it up. Number 11, Damon 9. And you know I had to put Damon 9 on here. Damon 9 is the entire reason my channel is what it is right now. Without Damon 9, there would be no channel. No one was watching anything until I did Damon 9. Now, Oakwood is past Damon 9, obviously, as like the biggest thing on my channel. But Damon 9 is still, all 4 parts are in like my top 6 most viewed videos. And Damon 9 is amazing. They did so much work for this game. You have to go through files on a hard drive to figure out what happened to this girl, Morgan Shane. But at the same time, they made like external websites. It literally opens up in your web browser. They made documentaries, videos, things you can watch, things you can look at. It's absolutely insane the level of detail and work that went into this game. There's emails, there's chat programs, there is everything you could possibly imagine. It's so good. The acting's good. It's just good. Just get it. Get Damon 9. Do it. Go get it. Number 10, Donut County. And why am I saying Donut County? Even though, I had a little issue with the speedrun moderators. Because Donut County is amazing. This game is absolutely amazing. And the guy who made it should be so proud. Because this is such a cool game. It's Katamari Damacy in reverse. You basically suck up everything in the game through a hole. Every stage you start as like a little tiny hole. And then the more things you collect, the bigger the hole gets. And you can collect more and more things. And it's addictive. And I loved playing the game. I loved speedrunning the game. I absolutely love this game. It's a good game. Donut County is so good, and the dialogue is hysterical. The conversations with you and the little raccoon, and the raccoon just wants to he wants to get his little quadcopter. Every time he sends one of these holes, he levels up a little bit more, and eventually can earn the quadcopter. And it's hysterical because he is essentially throwing everyone in the town down these holes. So he's sacrificing the town to get this quadcopter. Eventually, you, as his friend, talk him into doing the right thing, and then you fight back using the hole against like a giant, quadcopter, helicopter, or whatever that the Kingpin has. And it's so good. It's such a good game. If you haven't played Donut County, play it. Buy it. It's amazing. Number 9. Excuse me. Jeez. Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt is a game that almost no one knows what it is. And I don't have any videos up on the channel because I played this before I started doing videos. Excuse me, sorry. So Witch Hunt tasks you with going out in like the 18th century, 19th century, I don't know exactly when it is, but you're hunting monsters. It's like Monster Hunter, but with a horror setting. It's really cool. So, and it's like an RPG. So in the town, you can buy books and things that you get with your gold. And basically what you do is you go out into the world, you kill monsters, you get gold, you turn those monsters in, get gold, and use that to get like better parts and stuff. And the whole time you're hunting this crazy witch. The witch is nearby, and you can tell when, he says, I sense a great evil, and his heart starts beating really fast, and you've got to try to find the witch, but she is tough to kill, and there are multiple huge monsters, including a giant tree boss. There's crazy dogs. If you have not played Witch Hunt, go get it. It's so good. Play it. Number 8. Call of Cthulhu. This is definitely one of my favorite games of the year. I don't care what anybody says. I heard a lot of crap being talked about this game after it came out, and I'm telling you what, this is one of my favorite games, not just of the year, of all time, because it does what Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth sucked at. It does amazingly well at the story. Now, Dark Corners of the Earth did do that kind of well, but the gameplay was terrible. In this game, they've taken out a lot of that horrible gameplay so that you don't have to deal with that. And they've just made it mostly RPG, investigative, looking around for stuff, trying to piece together what happened. It's so cool. It's such a good game. It's long. It's got pretty much AAA production values from a AA studio. It's so good. If you have not played Call of Cthulhu or you didn't like it, I highly recommend that you check it out or you try it again. I think that there's enough there for you to like. It's a really good game. I love Call of Cthulhu. Absolutely love it. Number 7. State of Decay 2! Yes! And I know I've only done one video on the channel, but I've actually recorded like 20 videos for this, and I've been playing with my buddy Dank Attorney on Xbox One, and the game is unbelievably good with a partner. So if you play it by yourself, it's alright, but if you play it with somebody else, it's so cool. It sucks that you don't have a shared community. You're basically helping them build up their community, but it doesn't matter. It's so cool. I love the weapons. I love the vehicles. I love fixing up the vehicles. I love trying to build my base up. I love taking out plague hearts, even though it's hard as hell. This game has a lot to offer. And it's essentially just more of State of Decay, the original one, but better. It's better. And I know people talk about how wonky the State of Decay games are. Undead Labs needs like a new engine or whatever. They make wonky games, but I don't care. I love it. There are glitches in it, and sometimes they make me laugh. And besides that, the game is good. Try it. Try it for yourself. Don't listen to reviews. Try it. Number 6. Dusk. Dusk was in early access and now it's in full release. The new episode just came out, and let me tell you, this game is one of the best games of the year. For sure. I cannot believe this was not in anyone's conversations this year because it's so good. It's Doom, but it's scary and it's in the modern age. It's Doom today. It's what Doom would be like today if the graphics had never really gotten better. It's so good. And the guy who helped make this, David Szymanski, his other games are nothing like this. If you play A Wolf in Autumn, it's nothing like this game. It's absolutely insane that he made this. Dusk is so good, guys. So good. It's amazing. I'm not saying his other games aren't good. They're just nothing like this. Nothing like Dusk, I'm telling you. So if you haven't played Dusk, I highly recommend that you get it. I think it's $20, which isn't too bad because it's long. It's a long game. It takes a little while to beat, and there's a lot there to love. You'll love Dusk. Go play it. Number 5. You know what this is? Monster Hunter World! And I don't have any videos of this up on the channel, and there's a reason for that. I played it before I started uploading videos to the channel. So we're basically just taking a look at the trailer here. But Monster Hunter World is amazing. It's way better than the others in that the graphics look so good. We've always wondered what a Monster Hunter would look like with AAA budget on consoles and on PC, and we finally got one, and it's so good. The monsters are cool. The weapons are cool. The gear is cool. I love the RPG mechanics. The story could use a tiny bit of work, but you know what? That's just really, picking out. The rest of the game is so good. Why do you care about the story so much? The story needs a little work, but it doesn't matter. Look at this gameplay. Look at this gameplay. Just look at it. This game talks the talk and walks the walk. It's so good. Get it. Number 4. We're moving into the hot ones now. Visage! Visage! How is this not on anyone's Game of the Year list? How is Visage? It scared the crap out of everyone who played it. Everyone loved Visage. How did no one talk about this in Game of the Year conversations? I have no idea, but that's why I'm making this video, to talk about a lot of the games that didn't get mentioned. A lot of these games people were not talking about in the Game of the Year conversation. The only thing anyone wanted to talk about was Red Dead Redemption. Visage, in my opinion, also has like the best Easter egg in all of video game history, which is coming up in this video right here, because my favorite game of all time is Silent Hill 2, and this is a Silent Hill Easter egg. It's not Silent Hill 2, it's Silent Hill 4, but still, the game is scary. It's scary as hell. If you have not played Visage, seriously, go play it. Turn the lights off, put your headphones on, get the living shit scared out of you. This game will do it, I promise. Visage is so good, and it's in early access. Go get it. It's amazing. Number 3. Shadow of the Colossus remake. And I got into kind of an argument with somebody on Twitter about whether this should even be considered because it's a remake. He's like, oh, it came out in like 2004 or whatever. I'm like, no, the remake came out this year. And he's like, so it's a remake. Whatever, dude. You think they're going to be saying that about Resident Evil 2 remake when it comes in? Oh, it can't be part of the Game of the Year conversation because it's a remake. It's a whole new game. And this is a whole new game, okay? The Shadow of the Colossus was a fantastic game. This is better. And Shadow of the Colossus is one of the best games ever made. So the remake is one of the best games ever made. I'm telling you, it's so good. If you haven't played it, it's so good. I love this game. I love The Last Guardian, but I love this game even more. Shadow of the Colossus, if you like big monsters that you have to take down one step at a time, Shadow of the Colossus remake is your game. Go get it. Go buy it. Go play it. I bought the limited edition. I never looked back. Number 2. You knew what this was, God of War! And it's not my number 1, but it was so close. This is only in a year like this could Shadow of the Colossus not be number 1 or number 2. God of War was so good. And again, this was a game that I didn't have footage of because I played it before I started the channel. So we're watching some of the PlayStation experience footage here, I think. So God of War was so good. And I was playing it, my girlfriend was playing it, I look over, she's breezing through the game. I'm having like a tough time. I'm like, how are you getting through this so easy? And then it turns out she set it to like easy or something, and I'm playing on normal or whatever, and the enemies are like way harder on normal. I don't know what happened there, but the story is so good, the graphics are good. It's one of the best games of all time, not just one of the best games of the year. It's so good. If you haven't played it, if you haven't heard Christopher Judge say, boy, you need to play God of War just for that. Number 1. You guys know what this is. The Missing. J.J. McField and the Island of Memories. And the reason you would know what this is because I talk about it on Twitter all the time as my favorite game of the year. It is easily my favorite game of the year. It was no contest. This game is about a trans character who constantly has to destroy themselves, rip their body up, cut themselves into pieces in order to progress through life. Eventually, they learn to love themselves, and if that is not a message we all can get behind, I don't know what is, because trans people have it worse than almost anyone nowadays. They get shunned and mocked by lots of people, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and the end of this game made me want to cry. I mean, I had tears in my eyes. It was sad. This is a fucking sad game. It's such a good game, too. It's got puzzles that you have to figure out by dismembering your body. And that's such a unique solution. But then to have that be part of the storyline to where you're cutting and mangling yourself for a reason, because it's like an obstacle that you need to overcome. You know, you need to deal with this and get through it. And I loved the message in this game. At the end, when you realize that the character's trans, because you know, spoilers, you don't actually 100% know that at the beginning. You might figure it out, but I didn't figure it out. But it's so good. It's so good. The story alone is so good. If you played it and didn't like it, I highly recommend that you play to the end. Play to the end. Watch the ending. Do whatever you can, because it's so good. Alright guys, that is my top 20 list. What do you think? This is the first video that I've edited, put together. I had to put all these clips together. I had to find all these screenshots and things. It was a nightmare. It's my 500th video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments below if you did enjoy it, if you did like it, if you hated it. You stay you, I'll stay me, Droogie4Ever, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.